My husband went missing in our backyard. Security footage shows him walking into thin air. We had plans that day. Nothing big. Just tear down the old garden shed behind the fence. It had been leaning for years, full of spiders and forgotten tools. A leftover from the house's previous owners. Marcus always said it gave him the creeps. Something about the way it never cast the right kind of shadow. I used to laugh it off. It was just a shed. He brought out the tools around 9 a.m., still in his pajama pants, hair messy from sleep. I was on the porch with my coffee, scrolling through my phone. I remember looking up and watching him walk toward it, crowbar in hand, his breath fogging in the morning chill. "I'll start from the back corner," he called. "Might be easier to pull it all down in one go." I nodded, then got up to throw laundry in the washer. Maybe 5-10 minutes passed. When I came back out, the yard was empty. The tools were there. His mug sat untouched beside mine, but Marcus was gone. I called for him once, twice, then louder. I checked the driveway, the front of the house, the alley. Nothing. His phone was still charging in the kitchen. His wallet and keys untouched on the counter. I tried not to panic. Maybe he went for a walk. Maybe a neighbor needed help. I waited another hour before calling the police. When the officer asked if we had any cameras on the property, I remembered the old security system Marcus installed. There was a single camera mounted on the back fence, aimed straight at the shed. I pulled up the footage from that morning. At 9:14 a.m., the feed showed Marcus stepping onto the grass, moving toward the shed. He stood in front of it for a moment, tilted his head like he was listening to something, then took a single step forward and vanished. Not slowly, not gradually. One frame he was there, the next he was gone. Like someone had edited him out of existence. No distortion, no flicker, just gone. I replayed it over and over. Every time the same thing. The officer said it must be a camera glitch, but the rest of the footage was fine. Birds flew across the frame. Trees swayed in the breeze. The world moved normally, except for Marcus. I spent the rest of the night sitting on the porch, staring at that shed, waiting for something, anything to happen. The next morning, I went back to the footage and noticed something I hadn't seen before. Right before Marcus vanished, the shed door creaked open just an inch, and then it slowly shut again. I went outside with the crowbar, heart pounding, determined to pry that thing open and figure out what was inside. But when I reached the shed and grabbed the handle, the door wouldn't budge. It was sealed tight, like it had never opened at all. I ran my fingers along the edges, feeling for any give, any hidden latch. Nothing, no lock, no hinges, no rusted handle, just a wooden door in the ground that shouldn't be there. And yet, Marcus had clearly been walking toward it, straight to it, like he knew it existed. I grabbed a crowbar from the garage and wedged it into the seam. The metal groaned, the wood splintered, but the door didn't budge. It was like it had fused with the earth around it. I gave up after an hour, hands blistered and breath visible in the sudden cold that hung around the spot. The rest of the yard was warm, normal, but right there, right where Marcus vanished, it was frigid. I started researching disappearances, not just missing person reports, but urban legends, local myth, unexplainable vanishings. I didn't sleep, didn't eat, just combed through message boards and archived police cases. I found 3 reports that chilled me, all from our neighborhood, all men, all vanished within 20 feet of their homes. One on a jog, one taking out the trash, one walking their dog. Each case closed within weeks. No evidence, no foul play, just gone. And then I found something else. A name that showed up in a forum buried so deep I wouldn't have found it without someone linking to it in a comment. The Fold. No explanation, just cryptic warning. Don't step where the cold is. Don't look through it. Don't listen to what comes after. I sat on the patio that night, watching the yard. I didn't know what I expected. Maybe to see Marcus again, or maybe for something to drag me in too, but nothing happened. Not until 3:12 a.m. The wind picked up suddenly, but only over that one patch of grass. The folded earth began to tremble, like something beneath it was breathing. And then, for just a moment, the air shimmered. The kind of shimmer you see over hot pavement, only colder, dense, wrong. And then I heard it from beneath the ground, knocking, soft at first, then more frantic, like fists pounding on the inside of a coffin. I stumbled back from the spot, heart thundering in my ears. It couldn't be him, couldn't be Marcus, but the sound, 3 knocks, pause, 3 knocks again, matched the rhythm he used when coming home late, pretending to be a horror movie ghost on the front door. I hadn't heard that knock in weeks, not since the night he vanished. I dropped to my knees over the frozen patch of grass, pressing my ear against the wooden surface. "Marcus," I whispered. For a long time, nothing. Then, scratching, nails clawing upward like he was trying to dig his way out from the other side. Then the knock again, 3 sharp raps. "I'm here," I said. "I'm going to get you out." I didn't sleep that night. I dug until my fingers bled, until the crowbar bent, until the sun came up and my arms were jelly. But the door wouldn't open. It didn't creak. It didn't even rattle. It was like I was digging into a painting of a door, not something real. I went inside to rest for just an hour. When I came back out, the door was gone. Not covered, not buried, just gone. In its place, the grass was perfect green, untouched, like it had never been disturbed. I fell to my knees, sobbing, screaming his name into the dirt. I didn't care if the neighbors heard. I didn't care about anything. He was right there. And now he was gone again. That night, I played the footage back again, desperate for anything I'd missed. This time something changed. At the very end, right before the screen cut to black, I saw it. Marcus turned back just once. He looked straight at the camera and he smiled. But it wasn't my husband's smile. It was wider, too wide. And his eyes, they were all black, like pits. Like he wasn't walking into the fold, like he was already part of it.